Welcome back to the Most Valuable Player podcast. My name is B-Man. I'm here with Sosa and I'm here with Tarek. We're back again with another episode. Today we're going to go intercontinental again. We're going to be talking about Madrid. There's a lot of changes. It used to be all about the Galacticos, but now we've gone to a stage where Atletico Madrid are actually the best team in Madrid right now. And I actually never thought I'd say that, but I genuinely believe Atletico Madrid is the best team in Madrid right now.
I mean, right now, yeah, you can say that.
Well, yeah, they've got the squad, they've got the record to show, they've got the play to show, and Madrid look awful.
Madrid are terrible, man. You know what it is? I get where you're coming from. Right now, they're the better team. But as far as in the last, even you can't even say like the last couple of years, you can't say that Real Madrid are not better than Atletico.
I'm just saying right now.
Right now, form-wise, yeah, they've got a better form record. Honestly, I can't say they'll ever be better than Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But form-wise, they've got a better record.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Real Madrid team, they're like a shadow of their former selves.
Yeah.
Even from like just a couple of seasons ago, they're nowhere near what they used to be. Like, and it seems like our age is catching up with a lot of these players.
A lot of them. What do you think, Tarek?
I don't know if we can just definitively say Atletico are better than Real Madrid, because I just think they're on a very similar level right now. Because Atletico drew at home again today, so if Real Madrid win tomorrow, that they could probably go above them. But it just seems like they're both. Obviously, Real Madrid, it looks like they're in bad form because they should be doing a lot better than what they are. Atletico, on occasions, are overachieving, but they've spent a lot of money this summer now, so they're not in a position to say they're overachieving. They should be doing a lot better. They should be challenging for the league now. There's no excuse. But the Real Madrid, the issue is, and it's just too simple to say they don't have Ronaldo, because they've signed players now. They've got very, very good players who can take over.
Sometimes it does seem like it's really that simple.
It does, I know, because that's 50 goals a season that you just lost. Yeah. But they've got good players to still win games. They're drawing to bottom half teams.
Yeah.
Like the way they lost PSG, it's like they didn't put up a fight. Like they've got good enough players. Hazard, Bale, and Benzema as your front three. You should be performing a lot better.
They lost the Choupo-Moting.
That's the you lost to.
I can't get over that. They lost the Choupo-Moting.
Exactly. You lost the PSG team who had no Mbappe, Neymar, or Cavani.
None of them.
For you to lose that convincingly, there's underlying issues, and this is the time where Zidane's coaching is going to come into play. Okay, I'm not going to go down the line and say he won just because of Ronaldo. So clearly there's a good coach in there for him to have won 3 Champions Leagues, but Ronaldo's not there, so you've got to use different things now. That's when your coaching has to come into play, because he just seems to be playing the same formation and he's just plugging players into that formation and just putting players in.
Let me ask you. There's loads of different styles of coaches out there. You've had your Sir Alex Ferguson style, you've got Arsene Wenger style, Pep Guardiola, Klopp. Is all defined. Like you knew what to expect, like the type of football to expect. What was Zinedine Zidane's? What is his style?
Just give it to Ronaldo and pray.
Well, it was like more of a counter game where they had guys in the wing, they had a DM breaking up play, getting it to the centre mids and pinging it out wide. That's what they were doing.
But could anyone not have done that? I don't think that's anything in particular that he did. He just worked special, with the players that he had.
The thing is, it wasn't special. It was effective because he had the players to do that with. He had guys like Ronaldo and Bale on the wing, and a guy like Benzema that can hold the ball or play passes that will get it through to them. Similar to like how Liverpool play with the three up front. That's how they played.
Yeah.
They don't have Ronaldo now, which kind of it's not the strike's not balanced now. And Bale's just not the same guy that he's doing well so far in the league. But you can tell he's just not in it. He's like, his head's not there. And Hazard, we all know Hazard, he's my boy, yeah. I love that guy to pieces. He'll turn up when he wants to. Like, he won't turn up at the PSG game, but he'll turn up at Getafe or somewhere like that.
Look, I don't mean to disrespect Zinedine Zidane. Again, on his record, he won 3 Champions Leagues as a coach for Real Madrid, and that on its own is one of the hardest things that you can do in football. So all credit to them. I always thought, though, that the players were the ones that made it happen. I think this was just a fantastically built squad, which right now they don't. Right, it's not a fantastically built squad. Although, yes, they've had a few injuries. Asensio's out pretty much for the season. Isco's been out for a while. Modric's been out for a while. And Marcelo has been out for a while, although most of them should be back soon. But to get hammered the way that they did, and it's not just even about what's going on here. It's also the way that they ended last season. They went on a massive stretch where it just wasn't good enough. And we know that at Madrid, the standards are extremely high. Fans want blood. Literally, after 2 or 3 games, they start booing anyone. Like, they boo their own players. How many even Cristiano Ronaldo got booed after he had like a couple of bad games. And it's so, like, you need to be made of, first of all, you need to be made of something tough, but at the same time, like, you need to show results. Madrid have not shown any results. And at some point, the fans will put pressure on him. Perez will put pressure on him. And eventually the players will put pressure on him. I mean, the whole thing has been a shambles. Gareth Bale was playing, for God's sake. Was that not the same guy that got disrespected? And that they're now like turning to. Zinedine Zidane himself said he's not good, and now he's turning back and like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what the hell is going on with that squad. I think everything's just all over the place.
I was saying to you guys the other day as well, even when they won the 3 Champions Leagues, their football wasn't that convincing. They weren't dominating games. They had a system that was just built for Ronaldo. And more often than not, Ronaldo would just score a goal out of nothing. There'd be games where they were being outplayed for majority of the game and they could score at any moment. There was such a clinical and ruthless team. It was I used to say at the time, the most clinical team I've ever seen. Because they do not need to play fancy football. They don't need to do anything special to score a goal. They could score any type of goal at any moment. I remember in the Champions League, it happened against Juventus, it happened against Bayern Munich. They'd give the other team the possession. They'd happily just sit back, we'll take possession, but we'll just spring a counter-attack. We'll score from a corner, a long-range shot, just anything. At any moment, before you know it, you're watching the game and you're thinking, how Real Madrid winning 2-0 or 3-0? Like, with the other team have had so many chances. But now you got to a stage where Ronaldo's not there. So he's not going to bail you out with goals. So I think Zidane needs to just do more than a system. I think he's just relying on that same system and putting players in there. He's just put Hazard where Ronaldo used to play. And he's just thinking he's going to do the same thing. But this is now where he's got to just change his style up a little bit. He's got to change the system a little bit. This is where his coaching just has to come in and he's got to try something different now. Because the personnel is different. You sign new players, so you've got to play into their strengths now.
So what is it? What's it even worth for him coming back?
No.
That was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen.
It was the paycheck. They offered him so much money that it's like...
But are you saying that he needs money?
No, but there's certain things that if they wave a paycheck that big in front of you, it's like something crazy.
Yeah, but he knew
it was going to be a
this
task.
team was for disaster. When Lopetegui or Lopetegui, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. I tried pronouncing it a year ago and I gave up, right? But like, even when he came in, like, the team was absolute shambles. Then who was it that took over straight after that? It was
Solari.
Yeah. That was a disaster. It was a sinking ship. The moment that Ronaldo left, it was a sinking ship. I don't know who he thought he was to say, I'm going to come back and I'm going to try and make it happen. That on its own was a stupid idea. But the owner, or Perez, what is his role at the club?
President.
The president is a big fan of Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
And there's rumors out there that he's trying to get Jose Mourinho back.
He's always wanted him back. Like, this is the moment he left, he always wants to find a way of bringing Mourinho back.
But why? Did Mourinho really do that good when he was there?
It's not even that good. I think he likes the authority that he brings. But it's the fact that once he clashed with Ronaldo, like he liked the fact that he clashed with Casillas and Ramos. He didn't care. It's just once he clashed with Ronaldo, there was only one winner there. So now he wants him to just come in and have that authoritative figure. Because he'll come in, he'll just shake the place up a little bit. He knows, he likes the way he talks to the media, just everything that he brings, his presence, his aura. Because most of the other managers are just, they'll come in, they'll be yes men, they'll just do whatever it takes. But Mourinho will come in and he'll just shake the place up a little bit. You know how Mourinho does. And Perez seems to like that.
Let me turn it back to you, right? Because we all know that the replacement for Ronaldo was Eden Hazard, who didn't have the greatest of relationships with Mourinho towards the end of his last tenure. Things just didn't work out. Players gave up on him. Like, how do you think it's gonna work out when Mourinho walks?
They down tools in November, and I remember this clearly because I'm that like I've mentioned, Eden Hazard's my boy, and I say this, yeah. When Mourinho was had pressure on him for his job, I would have rather that a guy like Hazard would have left than Mourinho, because I was that dead certain that Mourinho was the right man for Chelsea, because I've seen him succeed and I believed more in him.
Yeah.
And so for him to leave Chelsea, I was shocked, because it was like even though we were like mid-table, there was all this banter about Chelsea might get relegated that season because of how badly we were doing.
I pushed that agenda so hard.
Like, even at that point, I still was like, no, it's not him, it's the players. The players have down tools. I was more than happy if the whole team got sold and we bought a new squad in January. But that was never going to happen. So, like, if we can't do that, then the next option is we have to replace the manager. And that's what ultimately happened. I think with a second time round with Hazard and Mourinho, I think Hazard, he can't escape this time. It's not like he can just like get the players to band with him, because he's not the guy at Real Madrid right now. Although he's like the big signing, like you can tell that there's old guards in the team that are going to control the dressing room, and if Jose gets them on his side, then Hazard has to fall in line no matter what.
But you know what's funny? Hazard had said, I don't know how long ago this was, and I heard this on a podcast. He said Jose Mourinho was the best manager that he had ever had, which is true, because in the 13-14 season, that was the best season he ever had, and that was under Jose Mourinho. But this is the line that he dropped. He said, when things go well, Jose Mourinho is the best manager in the world, but when things go wrong, he's the worst manager to have in the world. And he's right, because when things go wrong, this guy is so public, it's in your face. Sometimes people might overlook it if you just stay quiet.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes you just try to paper the cracks. You have a few good performances here and there, but you know, the moment that there's a bad performance, Jose Mourinho is the first person to sit in front of the media and say, "Oh, I have 6 titles. How many you have?"
Well, that's the thing. He's not there to, because when journalists and guys are asking him questions, they really want an answer about like where's the blame lie, and so he'll deflect it off the players and he'll bring the attention all upon himself. And so whenever someone starts calling out, "Oh, so and so didn't play well today, what's your opinion on it?" he'll be like, "No, it's a team thing, and if I didn't do the right thing by giving him the right opportunities or the right structure or the right tactics, then that lies with me." And that gets to a point where it's almost he becomes a caricature of himself, where people are just mocking him because he's just being that guy again, like just calling people out and saying that Arsene Wenger is a specialist in failure and things like that. That's where like it seems like he self-implodes.
Yeah, I'm a Man United fan. I know exactly how that goes. Well, let me ask you something, because I feel like it's inevitable that Mourinho's going to come to Madrid. How long are you giving Zinedine Zidane?
I think he'll get till Christmas. I think they'll wait until Christmas, and then once they have that winter break, I think if the results don't improve, if they're not in the title race, if they're like considerably behind Atletico or Barcelona at that stage, then I think he'll bring Mourinho in by January.
You want a spicy hot take?
Go on.
Pochettino is ruining himself for Tottenham so he can get sacked and end up being the Real Madrid manager. How about that for a hot take?
I would say that's not hot, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been out there for like a couple of years now.
The fact that he's willing to, I mean, he's not self-sabotaging, I know that, but like maybe he's not encouraging his players as much just so he can find an out.
Probably.
I think they'd still take Mourinho over him.
I don't know. I mean, he's publicly I won't say he's admitted it, but I think in an interview he says when he had a game at I think it was at the friendlies in the summer pre-season, but he's talking about potentially being the next Real Madrid manager as a joke, and like he got fined for that apparently.
I think that's the job he wants. I think that's the one job that he would leave Tottenham for tomorrow.
But would now be the best time for him to go?
No.
Well, here's the thing.
Chance.
It's similar to, well, because Tottenham, bear in mind, Tottenham, they weren't like the greatest side when he signed. They were a good team.
Yeah.
But like he's managed to lift them up. And I think he's good at building up a team from pretty much like this Real Madrid team. I won't say it's rock bottom, but they're really close.
Yeah.
They are super close to just bottoming out and just be like, you know what, F it, let's just reset.
Yeah.
And like for a guy like Pochettino to come in, imprint his own authority, get rid of the guys that they don't need, and bring in guys that he wants, success in about 2-3 years.
Maybe. I depending on how the next couple of Champions League games go, and also I think they got Atletico Madrid soon as well.
Yeah.
And I think if he doesn't get much out of that, he'll be gone by November.
Yeah. I think they're playing next week actually, the Madrid derby.
Is it?
So that should tell us a lot. If he loses that,
And then
Zidane's
Zidane's go. And I think if anything, I think Zidane should walk out on his own.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna.
No.
I think he's gonna wait for that paycheck. He's looking to get sacked.
He can't.
It's a shame.
He walked out at the perfect time.
Yeah, and then he came back.
When he decided to come back, now he can't
They'll
resign. He can't quit.
Erase this from Real Madrid
Yeah.
history. Like this didn't happen.
So he can't just come back and then quit. Like, he has to see this through. Even if he gets sacked, he has to just see it through.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to put a stop to it there. Please let us know in the comments how long you think Zinedine Zidane is going to be there, or whether or not you think he's even going to get sacked, and whether or not he can turn it all around, or perhaps who the next manager could be. We'll be back again with another podcast soon, and that's it from us. All right?
Yeah.
All right, then. So,
Nice.
peace.